That's ridiculous.
I do that with video games a lot. Like video games that I've played when I'm little, and I'll go back and I'm like, dude, I really miss that game. I'm gonna go play it. It'll be like a PlayStation 1 game. I go back, I'm like, wow, this looks fucking terrible. What am I doing?
That's what I do. Is I went back and I'm playing Metal Gear Solid again. And I'm like it's the updated version to the GameCube, like it's the remaster version, and I'm like, this looks kind of gross. And like the controls are all shitty, and I'm like,
Remember when first-person shooters for some reason came with the inverted axis controls? Every single first-person shooter came with the you press up, it goes down, and I never understood in a first-person shooter why that would make sense. Like if you're doing like a flying simulator, or if you're like a pilot or something like that, I can understand. But shooting?
It's called skill, Alex.
I remember like that was like one of the biggest games that I played was Ghost Recon Phantom Jungle Storm.
Phantom
Jungle Storm.
Like
that's a game. Ghost Recon Phantom. And I remember it had the inverted axis. So like the first time I played Call of Duty, I was so off.
Yeah.
Because I was pressing the opposite directions.
I don't understand why anybody would do that. It takes so much more time because you got to think about it before you do it. And if you have a regular like up and down, you just easier. Did you ever play like? I remember a couple of PlayStation 1 games that I played. It was like Spider-Man, Metal Gear Solid, Rainbow Six, where you had to. It was like kind of like Siege, except obviously it wasn't as good. You had to like plan out like what you would do with your guys and stuff, and you'd all breach at the same time or whatever.
I got you.
And then there was like a tank game. There was a spaceship game, and then there was a game where it was like you're a girl, which is so fucking stupid. It doesn't even make any sense.
Is this game in your dad's closet?
Yeah, a girl in a video game. But all I remember is I couldn't get out of like the first room. Like she would drop down.
Oh really? You were stuck in a room as a girl, huh?
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Was there a bed and a bunch of TV cameras in there?
Surprisingly, yes. But no, it was like a sewer. She like dropped down the sewer, and it was like one of those games where the girl, like back in the day when girls weren't viewed as they are equal or whatever. So like every girl has like huge tits and like no clothes on in the game, and so she's like, at the time I didn't really care because I was like 4, and so she's in like this sewer and like no clothes, and all I could do was run back and forth trying to figure out how to get out. That's the whole game for me.
Is it Tomb Raider?
It wasn't Tomb Raider. I played that too though. But yeah, once again, Tomb Raider, like huge pointy tits, like, no clothes,
triangles coming out of their chest. It's like, are those is that tits? Like, I don't even know.
It looks like a mountain on the side of her chest.
Yeah. And back then, people were like, "Oh man, freaking Laura Croft, she's so hot." And then you go back and you're like, "She's like 5 polygons, like stacked on top of each other, barely even makes a person." It's like one step up
like
above.
A stop sign.
I think you just have to evolve at that point. Like you evolve what's sexually attractive. It's like you see that a triangle polygon Laura Croft, you're like, that's freaking hot, and then eventually you move on to like a bit of a higher polygon count, and then you find
instead of a triangle,
Secret.
it like plateaus at the end, so there's like a little bit of a flat surface.
Exactly.
It's like a fucking solo cup sideways.
And then you find Victoria's Secret, and you're like, oh, this is way better.
Oh, you find Victoria's Secret.
Oh, these are actual photos.
And you're like, oh, Laura Croft just doesn't do anything.
Oh, there's actual women other than my mom?
Moms aren't women, really.
Oh, yeah.
Moms don't count as girls.
Oh my gosh, were you guys ever addicted to a video game? Like, actually addicted? Like, more or less borderlining WoW addiction?
I mean, I've never been addicted to WoW, so...
Probably Spider-Man. Like I said, like I played that constantly.
But did you ever get like Jones? Like, did you ever get like withdrawals from not playing it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I used to get like mad because like I used to get angry because my stepmom had a boyfriend and he would like ground me. My stepmom's boyfriend would ground me. I'm like, are you fucking stupid? But obviously I'm 4. I can't do anything.
Wait. Hold on.
Okay.
Your stepmom Why were you even at your stepmom's if she's not with your dad?
I said my mom.
You said stepmom.
You said stepmom.
I don't know why.
You're like, yeah, my stepmom had a boyfriend.
Yeah, I heard that too. And I thought that was weird. Like, hey guys,
time out.
It was a weird
Time
time
out.
when I was younger. I don't know what was going on.
You lived with your stepmom and
No.
her boyfriend?
My mom's boyfriend.
Okay, there you go.
What's wrong with me? My mom's boyfriend would ground me from stuff, and like it would be my PlayStation because I didn't have anything but a PlayStation. So he'd ground me from the PlayStation, so I'd sit there and be like, I wouldn't play Spider-Man. He's like, go outside. And I'm like, I don't want to. I want to play Spider-Man.
you can beat Spider-Man outside.
Actually, there's another game that I got to the end and I didn't beat it. I don't know why. I just didn't beat it. Either because I couldn't or because I didn't care. It was Scooby-Doo.
Oh my
shit.
god,
The one with the electric
I know.
guy?
Yeah, I know what
Yes.
you're talking about. That was the
That
best
was
one
a
too.
fun game. That was really fun.
That was a hella good game.
And
I never finished that either.
what reminded me about that was my mom's boyfriend. Once again, he was a piece of shit. He would ground me from my PlayStation. But one time he ground me from my PlayStation. I guess I did something really bad. And so like I was laying in my bed doing nothing, and he comes in and he's like, "Is this your favorite game?" And it was Scooby-Doo, and I was like, "Yeah, it's my favorite game. I like it a lot, yeah."
Oh my god, he would taunt you?
Yeah, and then he took it, and I remember it was funny the first time because he tried to break it, but it just like, he did that thing where he bent it and it like flew out of his hand, so he like went and picked it up, and then like he snapped it in half, and I was like, wow, cool.
Oh my god.
That was probably why I never beat it, because I was like on the last level and then he broke it. It's like, okay,
What a
cool.
total asshole.
Yeah. You don't mess with my video games, okay?
Dang, I thought I was addicted to a video game. I was addicted to RuneScape. I did play WoW an unhealthy amount whenever I first actually got into it. Like, I will admit...
So a couple days ago.
No. Like, whenever I first for real got into it as, like, a kid in middle school, like, I played it an unhealthy amount. Like, there were times where I would just wake up on the weekend, I would just shower, but I would only eat pizza rolls and play World of Warcraft the entire day.
No.
And so it was like, nom, 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 click, 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 nom, 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 click, click, click. But...
You like grease all over your keyboard and like wipe your face.
I was just war paint on. I gotta go get more pizza rolls. Mom,
It's like you can't see it. It's just like parts of your face are really shiny and gross.
no, but I was never.
Typical World of Warcraft player.
I was never 100% addicted to WoW. I just really liked playing it, and there was nothing else fun.
Right.
But RuneScape, I was 100% addicted to because I would like.
I played that
My
for
mom
like
didn't really
3
have-
weeks.
I played it a lot, like a long time. I like even got a membership and everything, but my mom didn't really have a good computer to play it on. I think all she had was like a laptop and dial-up.
Oh
But
no.
my dad had like an actual desktop and I think broadband internet. And so I was like, oh, this is so good. So sometimes he would, because I lived with my mom and I would visit my dad. So he would pick me up from school and I'd go to his house and he had this computer and stuff. I was like, oh my god. Like, by the end of the day, I started like, oh, I can't wait to play RuneScape. I got in his car. I'm like, oh, it's almost time for RuneScape. And we'd be down the street, and I would be shaking and like scratch.
God.
I'd be like, "Oh, it's almost time for RuneScape." Like, I don't know why it would happen, but anytime I really anticipated something, like I would have to go to the bathroom. Like, I would really have to go pee.
You pretty much turn into a meth head.
I don't know. No, okay. Well, hang on. The pee part, I don't know about that. All I know is that every time I would like anticipate something that was like really really fun, I would feel like I have to go pee. Like if I had a new video game and I'm on the way home,
I think
I'd be like,
that's just a thing.
and then I'd go home, I'd throw it, and I'd go pee, and then I'd come back and I'd start playing it. But with RuneScape, I was just getting crazy. I was like, oh god, I gotta get inside, I gotta get inside, I gotta get inside. My dad was like, alright, we're here. I'd freaking kick his door open. I'd freaking just run to the thing. I'd just sit there, like, pulling on it. Give me my fix, man. I just needed just a little taste, dude. And then he'd come in, unlock the door, and I'd run to the room, I'd freaking smash the power button, I'd slam the keyboard, I'd have it set so that everything I type autocorrects to RuneScape. So I just slap the keyboard and keep smashing enter button until it loads, I'd log in with the lightning speed, I'm just like, click, 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 just doing firewood stuff.
On like...
Up until that point, everything was really fast, and I get in RuneScape and everything goes so slow because you're just making firewood or hitting something 1,000 times.
Up to one of those... That's another thing to like... One of those kid things where like in your head is super epic and crazy hardcore, and then like your dad sees you and you're just like trying to like get in the door, and then you like run to the room and you like flip on the light switch and like sit down at the computer and you're like trying to remember how to spell RuneScape.
That's 100%. I even had like a map printed out for it too after my mom actually ended up getting a desktop computer. Oh shit! Actually, yeah, I think my dad actually gave us his, and then he got a new one. But I was like, because I heard about it from some kid at like summer camp. He told me about it. He's like, dude, RuneScape is so cool, and I imagine it to be exactly like Dot Hacks On, that one old anime where they were like in a video game. It's like Sword Art Online, the original one, kind of. You don't remember that?
No.
Well, he made it sound like that, so I was like, oh, it sounds like Dot Hacks On. That sounds so cool. And then I get into it, I'm like, well, this isn't that cool. And then I keep playing it, and I slowly get sucked into it. I even like had my mom print out like we printed like 10 pieces of paper that were portions of a map, and we taped them all together. So I had a giant RuneScape.
You had like a poster.
I had a giant poster. I would like open it up, unfold it, and I'd like chart my location. I'd be like, all right, so I'm here in Lumbridge, and I need to get to the wilderness. But I need to pass through here. Oh wait, I can go to the desert and get some unholy runes over here. But after that, I need to form teleportation. I'd be like charting different destinations. I'd be like, oh yeah, let's go.
Oh yeah.
Adventure time, and I would just sit there clicking the whole time.
Did you ever get? Have you ever done something so much like played a video game and like you know in video games they have trading, so you know you're eventually you remember all the like prices and the numbers and the quantities that you need to exchange for
I was
stuff.
Never good at auction house.
Oh, really?
I was always poor in every video game I ever played. I could never play the auction house like some of my friends could.
Well, have you ever like played a game so much to where when you go to sleep, you can't really sleep, but when you do, all you do is think about that game.
Yeah.
Over and over and over.
Yeah.
I had that with like one game. It was like a zombie game where I had to go out, kill zombies, come back, get more stuff to kill more zombies, and it was all just numbers to me. All I remembered was numbers. So when I went to sleep that night, all I could think of was the numbers in the game, and I couldn't go to sleep because all I could remember was numbers, and it just killed me.
I did that last night with editing.
Oh, really?
Because I edited for like 4 hours last night. Like 4 hours straight. And I went to sleep. And then I remember I got up. I was like, there's so many things I could do with that video. In my head, I was like editing different things and putting different sounds in.
God, I hate having restless nights about video games. But I have too much of an overactive imagination that I can't go into detail about stuff.
It's like most people have restless nights about love or their job, and we're like, oh god, what game am I gonna play tomorrow?
Oh my god, yeah. Like whenever No Man's Sky, before I was disappointed in it, I was like, go to bed and be like,
it was like your stepchild.
Yeah. Before it was my stepchild,
like,
I just went to bed. I was like, oh, there's a planet over here. I gotta go to. Where's the planet? Hyperdrive. Oh no, I'm almost out. I gotta refuel. Oh, this planet has nothing. It's not even an extreme planet. What's happening to me? And then I'd wake up and I'd play No Man's Sky. Like, well, I already been to this planet. I remember the exact monster I saw.
They're monsters
Or
now.
animals.
They're monsters. They're not,
The
not
fauna.
aliens.
The fauna, whatever they are.
This is America, alright? Anything out of America is a fucking monster.
Kangaroos, fucking monsters.
Monster.
Have you seen? They could fight a grown man. They could kill an MMA fighter. I heard.
Kangaroos are jacked.
Yeah.
They're
You're seeing a
jacked.
kangaroo.
Yeah.
Kangaroo Jack?
Whoa!
They hop all the time, dude. They never skip leg day. Ever. Are you kidding me?
I was talking to this guy
Kangaroos.
from Australia, and apparently, like, you know how they have like the deer crossing signs here, and like people hit deers.
Yeah, I saw one right over there.
Right.
Here.
And it's like a problem when people just hit deers and jack up their car and everything. Well, apparently that happens in Australia, but with kangaroos. Apparently that's a huge issue, is hitting kangaroos. Apparently they're all over the fucking...
They probably literally, like, they see it coming, slow motion, jump up, kick the front of it, the car just flies backwards and just, he's like, oh, crikey! Flies off into the distance, the kangaroo just, like, hops, and that's why the earth is, like, slowly moving down. And every time a kangaroo fucking hops, it just pushes the earth down, and it just shoots in the air and flies other places.
God.
The kangaroo's not jumping, it's pushing the earth down.
That's how gravity works.
But I guess, like, he said that all the cars there have like, huge bumpers because, like, to protect themselves from hitting kangaroos. They said, like, if you park too long, like, in a area outside of town, a kangaroo will come up and start fucking kicking your car. He said they just come up and, like, start denting in the side of your car because they think that it's, like, an animal, like...
I feel like if you're a kangaroo, like, you have the right to be a dick because you're a fucking kangaroo. Like, you're just, like you said, you're so jacked and nobody can fuck with you. Like, you're a kangaroo. Like, you have everything.
You see the size of my legs?
You're the full package. I can kick you or I can punch you in the face. What do you want?
Australia's just populated by Brock Lesnar's, apparently. That's all it is. Just Brock Lesnar's just hopping around in the wild outback, just like,
I see a car animate this podcast and just have Brock Lesnar jumping around Australia.
Oh my god.
With a big sword on his chest and everything.
Crap, who's the one from that TV show where he opens the door and he like opens it up and then he punches it and kicks the hole and rips it down?
Rampage.
Johnson? Yeah, I think it's Rampage Johnson. There's Brock Lesnar's and Rampage Johnson just hopping around Australia.
I love when earlier if we were like imitating kangaroos, and apparently every kangaroo in Australia is Boston to you. Because you were like, hey, I'm walking here.
I'm walking here.
It's like the stereotypical,
Well, I think that's like
jackass. It's like has a Boston accent.
I thought that was more of a New York accent because that's what I was using to describe like Brooklyn and New Yorker.
Well,
I think it's Boston.
Because
I was like, Boston.
Is it
Boston?
Are you sure?
If you're talking like Mark Wahlberg, it's Boston.
Yeah,
well, that's obviously Boston right there. But hey, I'm walking here. That sounds like Brooklyn to me.
I'm walking here.
I think they're similar.
I think I mean, obviously they're both
similar, but
New England.
We're from neither one, but we're gonna pretty much judge both of them.
Randall is from New York, and he always says, "I'm walking here."
Does he?
I mean,
I think that's like him making fun of himself.
like no,
though.
not really.
I don't think New Yorkers just walk around like, hey, I'm walking here.
Like, he does that.
He's like eating spaghetti, and like the waiter comes up, he's like, I'm walking here.
No, like
everybody in the street's like, I'm walking here.
I'm walking.
The guy in his car that's driving is like, I'm walking here.
No,
The taxi driver like sticks his head out of the car. I'm walking here.
stops to pick someone up. I'm walking here.
Apparently, the Boston thing is just, hey, what are you doing? That's like the complete Boston thing. Like, no matter what happens, you're like, hey, what are you doing? That was more Italian right there. I don't know what happened.
You want the pizza?
What are you doing with my pizza?
I'm making a pizza here. What are you doing? That's what I love to do. I like to dictate Randall's life because he doesn't ever like fight me about it. He'll say like, no, I don't really think that's what happened. I'm like, no, that's what happened. Like I told him straight up, like, Randall, did you wake up this morning just like walking to your dad and bumping him like, I'm walking here. And he looks at you and says, I'm walking here. Randall and his parents are freaking hilarious.
Most people don't know, but that conversation lasted for 3 days.
Yeah, it did actually. It did
Just people having conversations in the street. They just all they say is "I'm walking in," and they know exactly what they're trying to communicate with each other. I'm walking in.
I'm walking
in.
I'm walking in.
Yeah, they're just at a coffee shop and I'm walking in. Coffee?
Coffee?
Coffee? Water?
Coffee?
You get in my car?
It's probably the most fun accent to do because it's easy and it's hilarious sounding.
I just love accents in general, dude. I love
I can't do any
accents and
accents.
impressions. I wish I could do more impressions. I can do like a few. Like I would love to be able to do Morgan Freeman,
Right.
various friends.
I've never tried to do impressions, but I feel like I couldn't just because of the way my voice is and the way, I don't know.
I feel like I don't even know how to do it. I can't describe how to do it. Like
You do the southern one really well, you just gotta put your top lip out.
It's like you have to get into the character to do it correctly. Like you'll see people who like sit there and they like move their hands and talk with their hands and like do stuff like I don't understand like what they're doing 100% exactly, but